Hello amigos! Adobe released a new update to the various versions of Lightroom, Lightroom Classic, Lightroom in the clouds, for example, that adds a new AI mask called Landscape. Now, when we say landscapes, at least to me, it's a natural landscape. But in reality, this mask does much more than just work on natural landscapes. So let's go to Lightroom. Here we are in Lightroom. This is an urban landscape, you can call it. And if we want to use the new mask, we'll go to the mask section. And now we're going to see a new option called landscape right on top of the list above objects. If I click on landscape, it's going to analyze the image using the artificial brain. And it found 4 different elements of a sky, architecture, vegetation, and artificial ground. These are 4 of the 7 different elements that this tool is today capable of recognizing. And what can I do with those elements? Well, I can select them, sky, architecture, vegetation, artificial ground, and I have the option to either create a combined mask of one or multiple of those elements depending on my selections, or if I click on this little box here, it's going to create independent masks for each one of those. If I say create mask, now I end up with the 4 different masks. Here's the artificial ground, the vegetation, which are the trees, the architecture, and the sky. Very good set of masks that now I can use right away, or if they're not perfect, I can refine with the add, subtract, or intersect functions. Here's a different image that combines some urban and natural in this beautiful park in Madrid, Spain. I already created a mask. I had already edited this image. So I already had a mask for which I was editing the sky, adding the sky a little drama. So if I want to add now a landscape mask, I go to the plus sign and select landscape shows up here. I click select landscape. It's going to analyze the image. So I found 5 different elements: sky, architecture, vegetation, artificial ground, and a new one, natural ground, things like the grass. And I can, again, enable some of them. I'm not going to select the sky. And if I say create mask, it's going to add 4 new masks for those elements that I had selected. Going to a different image, do the same thing. I had already created a mask with a radial gradient in the center. If I say create new mask and I do select landscape, let's see what it does. It detected 2 elements. Vegetation, it did a very good job of selecting all the trees and the leaves, and a new element called water. In this case, it selected the water underneath the bridge. So I can enable one or both to create independent masks, for examples for those. One more image. If I go to mask, select landscape, this one is thinking a little hard. It's taking a few seconds. And it detected 5 elements: the sky, mountain, another one of the 7 elements, vegetation, water, and natural ground. Natural ground, in this case, not a very good mask because it was a combination of the mountain with the ground. But again, I can select, for example, I want to create one for the vegetation, one for the mountain, one for the water, and then create mask is going to give me those 3 masks. So a lot of flexibility with the up to 7 different elements that it can detect, at least today. I don't doubt that Adobe is going to add additional elements in the future. Let's put this new capability to use. So I had this image with a lot of trees on a path, and what I want to do to this image is to give it some depth. So let's select landscape and see what the new landscape AI mask does. And it selected 4 elements: a sky, which is actually not a very good selection because it selected a portion that there is no sky there, and the little bit of sky that is in this image is actually on the top center right with a few clouds that show between the leaves. So that mask wasn't very good. Vegetation, it did a very good job of selecting all the trees and a little bit of the grass under the trees. Artificial ground is selected a portion of the path. Natural ground is selected the rest of the path and the grass under the trees. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to combine the artificial ground and the natural ground. I'm going to turn off creating separate masks because I want a combined mask or just the floor of the image. So I'm going to say create mask. In this combined mask, what I'm going to do is I want to make it a little bit darker. I'm going to add a little bit of highlights, and in effects, I'm going to increase the texture and increase the clarity. Now I want to select the trees. So I'm going to go to create a new mask, select landscape. This time it didn't have to think very hard because it had already identified those elements. I'm going to select vegetation, and I'm going to create the mask. Now, one of the problems with this vegetation mask is that it had also selected part of the bottom, right? Part of the grass. I want to subtract that. Well, we can subtract with the landscape mask. So if I subtract and I do landscape, it gives me the elements that it had identified before. So I can subtract the artificial ground and I can subtract the natural ground. And that, by doing that, I'm going to end up just with the trees and the leaves. I say create mask and look at this combined mask. Just the trees and the leaves and no grass and no path. The last thing I want to do to this mask to make it even better is the little bit of clouds that I have. So I'm going to subtract one more time, this time with the color range, and I'm going to select with the clouds right there. And I basically punch a little hole in the mask just to eliminate where I have clouds. Now I have a really good mask and I can edit this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit darker. I'm going to increase the highlight so it doesn't look too dark. In effects, I'm going to increase the texture quite a bit, but I'm going to bring the clarity down to soften it up. Now I want to add a little depth. I'm going to use one of the traditional masks. I'm going to add a new mask with the radial gradient right on the center bottom. And I want to add transitions. Transitions are going to give us depth. So at the bottom, looking far into the image, I'm going to add a little exposure. And on color, I'm going to make it a little bit warmer. To that mask or the radial gradient, I go to the three dots. I'm going to duplicate and invert. And I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to tone it down, exposure down a little bit more. And in color, I'm going to make it a little bit cooler. And by using the landscape mask and the different elements of the landscape mask to either combine them into one mask, separate mask, or even to use those elements to add and subtract, we have a lot of flexibility. So very quickly, I was able to edit this image. So this was the final image, and if I turn off the mask, this was the original image. And this is the final where I was able to edit the different elements, do very quick selections using the flexible new landscape mask, and give it a little bit depth by doing that final touch with the radial gradients. Well, amigos, as you can see, this new landscape mask that I don't like the name, but the landscape mask has a lot of flexibility. It will just require a little bit of practice to get the best use out of it. Those 7 elements that today can recognize, I'm sure Adobe will add more elements in a perhaps not too distant future. Well, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, send me your comments, and I'll see you next time.